Welcome, one and all, to the Viper's Nest. It's been a while since I've done one of these, sitting in front of a camera. If you're watching this because you're subscribed to my channel, you're probably here because of my cat videos. In which case, I don't blame you. They are pretty darn cute. Or, you're here because of some of the video games and lore stuff that I did earlier on my channel, which, if so, thank you for watching. Excuse you, Annabelle. Anyway, what was I saying? Right. Thank you for watching those. I will be doing them again at a later date. I have to get a new microphone first. But today's video is not going to be either of those. This one, I'm going to do my best to serious up a little bit and talk about a little bit of heavy stuff. So, this video is essentially why I don't like the holidays, and also I'm going to try to give some advice to people like me who don't like the holidays, as well as people who have to deal with people who don't like the holidays. So, why don't I like the holidays? This is going to be the heavy part. Well, to understand that, I have to talk about my dad a little bit. My adopted dad. My adoptive one, the one who raised me. Not my biological dad, who is also a very, very cool guy, but he is still alive. No, I'm going to be talking about my dad, Richard, the one who adopted me and raised me pretty much from birth. So, yeah, well, I guess to get started, coming up on 10 years ago now, I lost my dad, Richard, to a combination of lung cancer, multiple sclerosis, and various other things. And if you've watched some of my older videos, you've heard me talk about my dad. So I'm not gonna belabor the point too much. No, actually, now that I think about it, hold on a second. Guys, calm down. I step right over here. There he is. There's my dad, Richard, one of the few pictures I actually have of him because he was a busy guy. He never really had time to have pictures taken of him. But there you go. Now you can put a face to the name. Let me go back to my comfy chair at the table now. So, like I said, coming up on 10 years ago now, I lost my dad to lung cancer and multiple sclerosis. It sucked. And that is, losing him is the big reason why I'm not particularly a big fan of holidays. Now, I have lost other family members and other very close friends since then. And that also leads into why I'm not particularly a big fan of the holidays. But mainly in order to keep this video somewhat short, I'm going to be doing my best to mainly just talk about my dad specifically and how that affected me. So the reason it affects me so much is because of the holiday season, specifically Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and then not long after New Year's is actually my dad's birthday. And my dad was a huge, huge part of the holiday seasons around our house. He made sure that we did everything right. Like, we had the turkey on Thanksgiving, the ham, and the presents and the Christmas tree on Christmas, the fireworks on New Year's. And then when it came to his birthday, usually either my mom or me would ask my dad, like, hey, like, what do you want for your birthday? And he would usually rattle off some kind of food item, because he was a big eater, loved food. And 9 times out of 10, it ended up that he would specify something that me and my mom just weren't capable of cooking because we're not master chefs like him. So it came down to, like, either my mom or me using our own money to go out and buy the food stuff and then just have my dad cook it, and then we'd have a big, big family dinner. So my dad was, like I said, a big part of the holidays. Also, he really, truly was one of the greatest men to ever live, and that's not a case of rose-colored glasses on my part. Like, ask anyone who had the privilege or pleasure of meeting my dad, and they would tell you the same thing. He was one of the greats. They don't make him like that anymore. So, not long after he died, a lot of people came up to me and said, like, hey, like, sorry for your loss. You've got some big shoes to fill now that you're the man of the house. Are you going to be able to fill them? And the honest answer to that question is no. No, I'm not, because that is impossible. Like, greater men than me would try and fail to fill those shoes. It can't be done. So, anyway, back to the point. Losing my dad and how it affected my view of the holidays. So because he was such a big part of those holidays and his birthday not long after, it's the fact that, he's not here anymore, physically at least, to take part in those holidays, and that caused a lot of the shine and the luster of the holidays to really rub off due to the fact that he's not here anymore to take part in them. Now, a lot of people, mostly people who don't do what I do on the holidays and become a moody bastard and all that, people who still, really fully enjoy the holidays would usually tell me, hey, try to compensate for, not having those kinds of memories anymore by making new memories. And to that I say, well, honestly, fair point. I do, in fact, create new happy memories every holidays without my dad here, and those memories will be, forever cherished. I'm always going to love the memory of my daughter, opening up her new dollhouse for the first time and losing her damn mind. That's going to be a cherished memory to me for as long as I, have memories. But simply creating new good memories does not, in fact, counterbalance the fact that I don't have my dad around to create new memories. Do I love the memory of my daughter opening up her new dollhouse? Yes, of course I do. But that doesn't compensate for the fact that, my dad is no longer here to be here at this time and, play with my daughter and her new dollhouse, because as tough as and stoic and, big and strong as my dad was, if he could do something to make someone he loved happy, he would absolutely do it. So, playing with my daughter with her new dollhouse, that's something he absolutely would have done, no question whatsoever. He probably would have been trying to explain, the structural and architectural failings of the new dollhouse, but that's just kind of how my dad was. This is part of the package. So the fact that I'm never going to get to see my dad do these things with my daughter, that is a severe weight that I have to carry during the holiday seasons. It's why I become a gloomy, moody bastard during the holidays. So, I know that there are a lot of people out there who are like me, who, for their own various different reasons, also don't like the holidays. And it doesn't have to be the loss of a loved one. It could just be that they are so stupidly inundated with the same damn Christmas music over and over again that, makes them moody. Fair enough. I completely understand that, having worked at Walmart for quite a while and had to listen to the same damn, 10 Christmas songs over and over and over again on repeat throughout my, entire shift. Anyway, like I said, it doesn't have to be the loss of a loved one that can take the shine off the holiday seasons. It could be literally anything. So, here's my advice to people who have trouble during the holidays and to those who have to interact with people who have trouble during the holidays. Let's start with the people who have trouble first. So, first piece of advice is probably absolutely the toughest. Figure out exactly what it is that you need during those particular times of the holidays. I'll use myself as an example. For me, honestly, I just needed to be left the fuck alone. I needed my own space to not have to interact or deal with anybody. Now, granted, I'm not everybody. Being left alone is not the solution for everybody. It could be you need copious amounts of alcohol. It could be that you need to be around as many friends and family as possible. It could be that you just need to not hear any goddamn Christmas music throughout the Christmas season. Whatever it is, you need to take a moment, have some self-reflection, and figure out what it is that you personally need during the holiday season. Second, only slightly less hard, in my opinion, that you need to do during Christmas season is you need to be able to talk to somebody about this. I'll use myself as an example again. So I, pulled my wife aside during like Christmas time, and I just said like, hey, like, I need my space. I need to be left alone. Like, I need to have like a quiet household where I can just be in the moment doing whatever it is that makes me happy. In this case specifically, it's putting Terminator 2, my favorite movie on all time, on one TV, like over here, and then booting up the old classic Resident Evil games, probably Resident Evil 2, on the TV over there. Like, I don't need to watch Terminator 2. I've seen that movie so many times that I just need to, like, hear what's going on, and I know exactly what's going on the screen. But T2 and Resi 2 are two things that just make me just so happy. No strings attached. I can turn those on, and no matter what I'm doing, no matter what's happening in my life, I know I can find a little bit of solace, listening to whatever's happening in T2 and wandering around the Raccoon City Police Department, visiting my favorite zombies and solving my favorite puzzles and all that stuff. Those things just make me happy, so I worked it out with my wife. Like, she put the kids to bed, on time. She went to bed not long after, and I had a couple hours that night to just do what I wanted to do, and that's what I needed to get me through the holiday season. I just needed those moments of quiet and solitude in order to, I guess, reorient myself. Now, again, that's not for everybody. That's just for me. But being able to talk to the people around you and communicate what you need to help you get through the holiday season is also important. Whether it's just talking to, like, your best friend, your significant other, your family, yada, 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 whatever. So, being able to communicate with the people around you during the holiday season is going to help you get what, you need to help you get through the holiday seasons in a mostly mentally stable way. So to the people on the other side of the fence, the ones that do still completely enjoy the holiday with no strings attached and have to, be around and interact with people who don't enjoy the holidays, the best I can say to you is just when those people, if those people talk to you about, what they need, you just need to be able to listen and to work with the non-holiday enjoyers to compromise in the best way that everybody gets what they need. Because, those who still do fully enjoy the holidays, good on you. I wish that was me. And that should not be taken away from you, by the people who don't. That's kind of a messed up thing to have happen. So being able to communicate with the people around you, find out what everybody needs, and then compromise in the best possible way to achieve your goal. I mean, communication's a two-way street. You got to be willing to put in the work, just like the non-holiday enjoyers have to be willing to put in the work. Because, well, like I said, when I talked to my wife about it, she's like, hey, like, I'll do my best to, give you a couple hours to yourself with no kids, no one else around, so you can do what you need to, get yourself reoriented and as right in the head as you can possibly be. I'm very lucky on that front. My wife's awesome, and she is a really good listener and is able to figure out ways to, compromise and get all parties involved what they need. So, non-holiday enjoyers, just listen to the people around you, and you know what? Offer your own advice. Like, say you have a best friend. Like, I have a best friend. I'm sure my best friend knows me better than I actually know myself, and if it were him I was talking to about this kind of stuff, he would probably point out things and offer solutions that I just simply wouldn't think about because he thinks differently than I do. So be willing to, communicate with each other. Two-way street and all that. Offer ideas, work with each other, try to figure out how best to go about, getting the most out of your holidays while also, being as mentally stable as you possibly can during the holidays. And that's about what I got. Non-holiday enjoyers, you're not alone, man. Like, I'm right there with you. I get it. And you know what? Just even being able to talk to somebody else who doesn't enjoy the holidays, that can be a good thing in and of itself. Just, you're not alone. Just do your best to be able to open up to the people around you to, get what you need. And holiday enjoyers, keep on keeping on. You do you. You're the guys, like, you got to maintain the lighthouse. If everyone else became like me on the holidays, then the world would just fucking suck. So keep being out there, keep having fun, keep the faith and the fun alive. Just, try not to take it too terribly personally when people like me show up who don't like the holidays. And just be willing to talk to us, try to figure out what we need, because we do need help during the holidays. That's the truth of it right there. We do need help. We need help from both sides of the fence. So just be willing to talk, be willing to listen, be willing to compromise. And yeah, that's about what I got for you. Thank you for listening to this. It was kind of hard to talk about there for a couple of minutes, but once I got rolling, hey, I got through it. And I hope this video helps somebody out there somewhere who has trouble with the holidays. So thank you for watching, and as always, have yourself a nice day.